They should absolutely have a superhero, and it's about time.
Huge news we got today. First transgender superhero on TV ever. Why is now the perfect time for this?
I think any time, it's always the perfect time to tell people stories that aren't always necessarily told, and to be inclusive and show compassion and understanding and give a voice to the transgender community. And why shouldn't they they should absolutely have a superhero, and it's about time.
It's so cool that you're a part of this because it's like history.
I just think that that's the way the world is moving, and I think it's great that we live in a time when that there's not only female empowerment, but I think transgender empowerment, and also just a lot more diversity. I think it's television is calling for that, so I think it's a really good time.
I feel really proud to be part of that history because it's going to be normal later, right? So I think gender is going to be a thing of the past. It kind of already is. We're kind of getting there, and it's like a genre of music. It's just music, right? Like I like that song, right? The more we're fragmenting people who think inclusively, we're going to lose. Right? The more that we categorize these genders and categorize these people and categorize this race, instead of just saying, look, no, it's all about human rights. It's all about equal rights. It's human equity, right? These things have to intersect or we lose. Because there's more of us who think inclusively than there are people who think exclusively, because hate is not a family value. It can't keep going if the culture goes, no, stop. So I'm happy to be a part of that.
Yes to everything coming out of your mouth right now.
I kind of get like a double portion. I get a double blessing because just with Alex's story, the storyline coming out, season 2, and her arc, being a part of that was just fantastic. I was really grateful because I had so many people, thousands of people that I've met and come across that said, oh my God, that's my story. I came out later in life, and to see that on screen, to see someone say the same words that I either couldn't say or did say, and how relatable it was, people were they were floored. But the fact that now we're bringing in a transgender character, that's just even more freedom, I think, for so many people to look and go, that's me, or that's where I want to get. I want to be able to have that confidence to be that, and stand in my shoes as confidently, or just come to know who I am better. And I feel like it's just, with Supergirl, we have such an amazing opportunity in so many ways to just kind of open so many more doors and eyeballs that guy. Just we have a great, I think we're very lucky to do what we're doing, and I'm very excited about these characters.
This show is about all types of women. Every woman can be a superhero. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from, and I think that's what's great about Supergirl, is that you see scientists and reporters and doctors and aliens, and everyone in a different way is a hero, and every woman can find somebody there that they can identify with, because not everybody wants the same hero. And Supergirl gives you all the types, and I think that's why Nicole coming in, it makes such a great addition to it. And she's so sweet, she's so beautiful, and I'm just very jealous. She's got amazing hair. When you meet her, you're just like, oh, she's so nice. But I think it's the right time. I think it's the right time to show that we're all different women, and we're all wonderful, and we're all heroes.
It's so funny because that's how I feel about you. I'm like, you're so pretty. You have amazing hair. OMG.
It's okay. It came out of a bottle. Not really mine.
Dreamer is the first transgender superhero in existence, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
How does it feel to be a part of that history?
I feel lucky that I get to live in this moment where this is happening in television right now, and I get to be a part of it in a small way. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Our show is all about inclusion and representation, and we're so thrilled to have the opportunity to do this. It seems the perfect moment in our culture to introduce a trans female superhero, and we happen to hit the jackpot with Nicole Maines, who is a real-life superhero, who has been a trans activist since she was 14 years old and brings so much magic and talent and authenticity to the role, and we're just over the moon about it.
What does Agent Liberty mean for the supers?
He's a human villain, and I think today, in the times that we're in, the scariest villains right now are human. They're ones that we are all slightly worried about what's going to happen and how they are. And what's hard is when these villains are articulate and they seem smart And what they're saying, you're like, oh, I can see how people can think that that's true. And those smart, subversive human villains are the scariest ones. And I think that's why this year they've kind of gotten it right. Because in a way, it's when there's an alien coming down and battling, you're like, it's an alien. That's never going to happen. But when you've got a bad guy that is very relevant to the times we're living in, that's scary. And I think that's why they've chosen a good one this year.
It's definitely going to be some very serious subject matter, stuff that I think will mirror what we're going through in this country right now and in the world. And I hope it speaks to people.
It means we've got trouble. He's very charming, very passionate, and he has a lot of support. And that's a very difficult adversary when somebody has support and a backing and a common touch. That can be very, very difficult to combat. And I think, as people will see, that it's not going to be easy for us to defeat this enemy, because it's not like something we've faced before.
Oh, well, that's exciting. What is the relationship between Agent Liberty and the Supers going to be like?
Well, he's kind of like the big bad of this season, the way I understand it. So yeah, he's kind of like runs this anti-alien organization that's happening right now. There's a lot of anti-alien sentiment going on in National City, which I think kind of mirrors what's happening in our country and our world right now in general in a lot of ways. And so it's great. Episode 3 is his origin story. We were just shooting right now, and it's a great episode. You really see where he's coming from, and we get to see everything through his point of view. And Sam Witwer's such a great actor that it's going to be a great episode, and it's a really great character too.
Agent Liberty is our villain this year, and one of the things that we're dealing with on the show is what's stronger, fear or hope. Yes, and one of the things that Agent Liberty will understand we'll dive deep into kind of him as a character this season, but one of the things that he is feeling that the aliens that have come from outer space are kind of impacting our country and our world in a negative way, and so that he will be spreading kind of this message of fear, and it's kind of will be a challenge for Supergirl, because how does she kind of combat that when she is something that people are being afraid of?
I'm not at liberty to say too much about him, except for that.
No pun intended.
I didn't actually mean that, but you know what? It was dope. As it was happening, I realized it. I can tell you this, though. Agent Liberty and James are they're alike in the fact that they care about something so much that they're willing to give their life for it, right? We just have different methods of getting there, right? And so in that way, we're kind of antithetical to each other. And that's going to be fun to play. Can't say much more than that.
For more from San Diego Comic-Con, you better click right here in this box. And also, please subscribe, because we do things like this and dress up for you.